Hi, my name's Jo Jensen, and I'm from right here in Concord. And my question is, what's your plan to reform Social Security? Specifically, are you in favor of allowing future generations to have more ownership and control with their retirement with something like personal retirement accounts? And I'm asking because, as a recent college graduate, I recognize that if we do nothing, it's my generation that's going to be footed with the bill. And so I want to know how important this issue is to you and your campaign.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for caring about that issue, because sometimes the only questions about Social Security come from people for whom it's not really going to be in jeopardy. People who are in their 60s and they're afraid they're going to lose it. They're going to get theirs. Guys your age, we don't do something, it's not going to be there for you. And I've told a lot of students that if anybody ought to get out and vote and get interested in the election, it's people who are 20 and 25, because you've got a lot more of your life left to live than I do. The decisions the next president will make will have a lot less impact on me than they will on you. And so I appreciate that. First of all, I thought the president, to his credit, made a good run trying to bring some discussion to the issue. If he made a big mistake, it was the wrong choice of a word that probably made it impossible to get something done, because the word he used was privatization, at a time when privatization was synonymous with Enron and WorldCom and the scandals of corporate corruption and greed. And so people feared that what we would be doing is taking hard-earned Social Security money and turn it over to some greedy corporation who in turn would squander it and do to Social Security money what some of those crooked executives did with people's paychecks and pensions. They took it for themselves, and the people ended up with nothing. A better word is the word you used, personalization, because it ought to be about you having ownership of your life, your future, and making some decisions long term. That's a part of the process. The other part is to help to stem what is the real challenge of Social Security, and that is that we never adjusted actuarial tables for reality. When the Social Security system was launched, the idea was you'd retire at 65, actuarial tables said you'd die around 67, so the payout was 18 to 24 months in which you'd get a check that kind of covered you for those last months between retirement and death, and it would work like that. Well, guess what? We got healthier, we started living longer, and now the life expectancy is closer to 80. Now, we've got one or two choices. We can either reform the system or we can start bumping people off when they're 67 years old. I'm not suggesting that, by the way, to the cameras. That'd be the latest story. Huckabee suggests mass termination of citizens above the age of 67. So that's not an option. Maybe a few people I would. The thing that we've got to start also doing is being a little more creative on that end. For example, offering tax-free buyouts of people's Social Security at the point of retirement for those who don't need a monthly check, but who have paid into the system and have a right to get something of their money. There are many people who have 401ks or pension plans who would probably be very willing to take a one-time cash buyout, tax-free, in which they then could turn and buy an annuity, give it to their kids, buy a motorhome, whatever they wanted to do. I mean, that'd be up to them. But the point is, the government then doesn't have a long-term obligation, which is the real challenge for how do you pay out for a baby boom generation where 10,000 baby boomers a day are retiring, going into the Social Security system. And that's unsustainable. And part of that problem is just wait till 10,000 aging hippies find out that they can get free drugs. We're really